Hey everybody, this is Glidercat and it is time to play more Farming Simulator 22. Let's get at it. Last episode, we had some issues over by the sheep barn trying to get grass into the actual sheep barn. So I could not make it work with the trailers that we had. We have the forage wagon over there. We have our regular trailer over there, and so I bought this little guy, and this seems to do the trick. Let's take this and load it up with more grass. It's nighttime here. It's about 8:40. We're gonna do a little bit of work, and then we will then we'll pack it in for the night, sleep, and start a new day. Before we do that, we may change how many days are in a month so we can kind of move things along. I know I've got everything on the slowest possible setting. Let's grab some of this grass off the ground. Clean up some of the mess. And we can put it in the trailer and then dump that off. I need to move a lot of this equipment out of here now. I'm kind of wondering if we should dump that forage wagon contents out. Just dump it out over here. Let's actually do that. See if I can hook up to this guy. Then we need to decide if we want to convert the rest of this stuff over to hay, or if we potentially want to just bale this up. I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to dump some of this out. I'm just going to hit Control I and make a run for it. You can always grab this stuff back up. Okay, I'll just leave the forage wagon here. I don't have an easy way of getting grass into this little wagon. Hay, if we put it in, if we convert this to hay or process this grass into hay, then we could put it in the hayloft, pull the little wagon underneath the hayloft and load it at will. That's one option. It's a couple processing steps, though. We need to run a tedder through this to dry out the grass. And then we need to probably windrow it so we can pick it up easy. And then we need to run the forage wagon over it to pick it up. So, multi-step process. The other option is to bale it and then stack bales somewhere around here. And just drop bales off in the feed area. That might actually be a little easier. Show you how the wagon works, or how we can barely fit underneath the under the roof of the sheep barn. I think that's just a function of where I placed it. Okay, that's empty. We got a little bit of grass in there. Let's hop out. See if we can get this into the barn. A little tricky. You can see I've got the trigger now coming up to overload the grass. And then I set the, if you look at the top left, I set the tip side to the left. So that's just the U key we can toggle through. Here's tip side right, tip side back, and tip side left. That's what we want, I think. Go ahead and dump. Got 2,000 liters on board. I'm not sure how much they're going to take. They already have maybe close to 1,000. I'm not sure. Okay, they took all that. Let's take a look and see what it says for grass on these guys. Animals. Sheep. Okay, they're almost full up. And then I think I just watched a video before starting this episode. And it looks like these black Welsh mountain sheep may produce the most wool, especially once they're a little older. So the rest all produce, I think, at roughly the same rate. The other three breeds of sheep, they produce less when they're young, a little bit more when they're old. But then these black Welsh mountain produce more than everybody else, but only once they get old. So we'll keep an eye on that. And I think this is not bad as far as the food. We're probably good for now. And you can see this little wagon worked for us. I don't know if we can pick up that grass that's on the ground over there. We probably want to clear these trees out too. That's another thing we talked about. Let's see. We've got equipment to put away. Let me get in the JCB. Just pop out here, hop in here. Let's get some stuff put away. Clean things up a little bit, and then we got to make that decision on what to do with this grass on the ground. Are we going to harvest it? Are we going to turn it into hay? Seems to be the most easy. Like I said, we looked at the baling equipment before. It's not super expensive, but it's a little labor intensive to collect up the bales, stack them up, move them around. The wagons are just so easy to pull around. I think we're going to end up converting this stuff into hay. I think that's going to work out to be the best. At least we'll start with that. We can do bales later, maybe. Let's get this guy out of here. And then maybe go get a tedder and start that process. We could probably do that with our Landini tractor. I'll turn off the help menu here in the top left. Bring this wagon back. It's empty. It did not fit very well underneath the sheep barn roof. And then because that sheep barn is placed kind of suboptimally, I kind of pushed it in a little too close to that fence. I think what we'll end up doing is maybe when we get cows, the next animal, what we can do is first place a large sheep shed, sheep barn or something, move our sheep over to that, and then pull up this existing sheep barn that we've got and just get rid of it, and then put the cow barn or cow shed where the current sheep barn is. Getting a little bit of lag here. I'm not sure what that's about. I may need to reboot my machine at some point. We're going to limp along for a little bit. All right, let's unhook here. Whoops, thought I was unhooked. Unhook again. Okay, now we're good. No, what's going on? There we go. And let's go buy a tedder so we can convert this stuff to hay. Into the market. Look at the used goods. I don't think there's anything here for us. We want tools. Where are they? Here they are, tedders. We don't have a bunch of money. We're going into debt, so I'm a little little cost conscious here. We could lease to stretch our cash out. It's going to be a while before we need this again. That might be a way to go. Our little tractor can do this. This is 8.7 meters. This one's 9. That's not much bigger. This one, even our little tractor can pull this. This is 17 meters. That might be actually a little hard to navigate. What about this guy and potentially lease this and then turn it back in once we've converted our existing crop over just to conserve cash? Let's see details. It's kind of this versus loan interest, right? Can we lease? Base price. Space is lease. Where is, can we see the lease price? Back. I feel like I'm missing something obvious here. Lease. Or is the lease like always 10% or something? Okay, do you want to lease for 816 bucks? Let's do that. Let's lease it. Boom. And then we're going to need, we're probably going to need a windrower as well. Let's switch over to our little tractor, the Landini. I think this one can do the tedding. Let's put this wagon somewhere out of the way. Cannot easily back up with this wagon. At least I cannot. Unhook there. Let's head over to the dealer and get the tedder and we can start tedding. Looks like my lag issue has gone away. All right, off we go. Suppose we could go first person here. Almost 9 o'clock in game. There is our tedder. Hook that guy up. And I suppose in reality we wouldn't have these lights on in the back. Check for traffic and head back. Okay, let's take a look back here. Looks good. We know we can turn left to the Mexican restaurant here. Let's see if we can ted this huge mountain. It might take a few passes. I'm going to go into third person view. We'll unfold, pop our lights on, kind of see what we're doing a little bit better. We'll see. This could be a little messy. Let's turn on. We'll lower. We'll just see what we can get. If we can get through this, maybe. Maybe I can get. Maybe we can process this. And it looks like we're converting into hay. This we can store in our hay loft. Yeah, it sprays it all over. So we're going to need to get a windrower. Otherwise, we'd be driving that forage wagon all over every inch of land. I think we were able to just turn all of that huge pile of grass into hay, which is pretty darn nice. All right, let's just move on through and get the rest. If we can find some more grass laying on the ground. Yeah, I'll turn off the tethers so we can get a little more engine power here. Not bad. I think the hayloft stores a fair amount of material, so this will easily fit into the hay barn or hayloft. Very nice. I'm going to hit 3 for the cruise control. Whoops. Try it again. There we go. We don't own that land off to the left yet. Looks like we missed some with the fertilizer, with the worker. Not the end of the world. I mean, there's a fair amount there. It wouldn't hurt to fertilize that, but not the end of the world, I suppose. Gotta get around this tree. Those trees, their days are numbered, I think. We've got the chainsaw. We just need a good way to transport wood back to the sawmill. So that's coming probably maybe in the winter months, or if we run out of things to do. All right, let's push through. We'll keep doing this. right, just checking to see what areas I missed. I'm sure there's a little bit more to do. Let's see here. Yes, did we get this strip? Oh yeah, this one doesn't have much of anything. That's land that we don't own. Let's cross the creek. This side, we got all this. Just want to double check this because we're going to turn in this lease. Lease of the tedder. Eventually we'll buy our own. But we need to, we're kind of in cash conservation mode here. And hopefully all this hay is going to hold us off for a good long time. A tiny bit here, I see. And then we've got a little strip going through between those two fields. That might be it. Boy, I feel like I'm missing a huge part of it. Worst case, we can't always feed with grass. We just have to shovel it up with the bucket before we can easily get it onto the trailer. That's the only thing. Like this is going to require another kind of pass through. Let's do it. This makes such a mess. I can navigate around these trees. These trees also have a short life. They are marked for destruction or harvesting as soon as we can get around to it. Oh, is there a little more over here? Did I get it all? I guess I got all that. Got through here. Here's another big grassy field. This is a lot of land here. If we buy this field, let's just look on the map for the heck of it. Having a little bit of extra grassland is not a bad thing. Where is that? I'm right here. Yeah, 54. We don't own that one yet. Let's take a look. Look at all the land we get with that. Let's see. Farmland. Boom. Looks like it's not going to be cheap. 180,000. Don't even know if we could borrow that. 180,000. That would get us a nice strip of land. You could even do forestry there if you wanted, but definitely a nice big plot for harvesting grass or placeables. And is it right off the road? It is. This, we may keep an eye on this. I think there's some, production buildings we could build, tailor and different things to process our goods. And this is a nice strip right next to the paved road to do that. So we'll keep that in the back of our minds. That might be a perfect spot for it. We could even do, well, it's a little snug here with the field is pretty close to the road here. So this will probably stay just hay production. All right, anything else? I'm just scanning for swaths of grass, cut grass. I think we got it all. We're going to have to go turn in our tedder. Again, later on we'll buy one. Trying to conserve cash. I think we're going to need a couple things. We're going to need to lease a machine to clear all this brush for us and potentially the stumps. That's probably going to be another lease. And then we probably need the pickup truck. Or a pickup truck. So as we cut down all these trees, kind of these junk trees, we can haul that wood off to the sawmill. That's going to be several trips. It's going to be a bit of a job, actually. But then we can plant some pine. And hopefully, someday, cash in on that harvest. Harvest some of the longer logs just on our own land. We can pull it off. Even plant a line of trees down this strip. Depending on how we choose to process our fields. All right, I think that might be it. Let's get back to the dealer and turn this in. And then we'll pick up a windrower. And then we got to collect up all this hay. Let's see, yeah, we're doing okay time-wise, I think. Oh, this poor unflat land over here. All right, let's head back to the dealer. We'll turn this in. Whoa. I think we got everything. Yeah, and then we need to, I guess before it's completely nighttime here, what time is it now? 9:14. We'll maybe reconfigure our days per month and our playtime speed. So we'll see. I'm thinking maybe going 1 or 2 days per month. And then maybe speeding up the clock here to 5 times. I think that's the next increment up. Where we could go 4 days a month at 5 times speed. We'll see. I'll show you what I mean. Can I drop this off here? Let's just see. If I unhook, and I sell that back. Let's bring up the help. Open the shop menu. Leased items. Oh, the mower is leased too. We got to bring that back. Select, header, return. Done. Boy, it's too bad with the mower. We're going to bring that back too. Let's take... Yeah, we should bring that back right now, right? We can purchase the windrower while we're here. But yeah, I don't know if we're paying by the hour on that mower. We're going to need to go into the financials and get ourselves a loan. Let's hop out of here. Oh, look at that. We're almost at our max. Not so good. Yeah, I think increasing the number of days per month maybe, or decreasing. I think I'm at the maximum. Anyway, we'll get to that in a second. But anyway, maybe we'll be able to see more sales cycle through too if we speed things up. Right now we need a windrower. Those are right here. And these aren't too expensive. Oh man, it's tempting to just buy it, but it's going to be, oh man, this is another hard decision for me anyway. 19,000. Let's lease it. It's going to be several days before that grass regrows. Let's do it. This one looks reasonable. Size. Let's lease $1,000. All right. Real quick. Let me make sure that our guy can take that and pull it. I think so. I don't think these take much horsepower. Yeah. He can do it. Hop into our little tractor. Pick that up and then we'll go bring the mower back. Get that returned so we're not spending money on that. Yeah, it's not great leasing, but I'm just trying to stretch the last dollars that we've got. Because we've just about maxed out our loans. We've got... What are we going to do? We're going to plant in September. And it's going to be a little while before we can raise money. Harvest. Or sell some of our grain that we've already harvested, I should say. All right, there's the neighbor's place. We're right here. Let's, I guess we can unfold and get this started, and then we'll go grab that mower and bring it back. Gonna make it a million times easier. Maybe not a million times, but several times easier to harvest the hay. Now that it's in one nice windrow. Okay, I'm gonna unhook here. And then go grab that mower. I kind of forgot that we leased that. I think that's over by the tree. Take this guy back to the shop. Turn off our crazy bright lights so we can get on the city roads here. And bring this back. Yeah, once we get all that windrowed, obviously we got to return the windrower, and then we can run the forage wagon over that. Drop all that hay into the hayloft. And we should be good for feeding sheep for quite a while. Let's let this guy pass. I hope I didn't just pass the shop. I don't think so. Drop this off. That was a handy purchase or handy lease. Mower return. We'll buy this stuff before too long. We've got a good set of equipment that we own. We obviously want more. But we're not off to a bad start. Now, hopefully we can start paying off this debt once we can sell the grain and stuff that we've got. Get a few more, at least a couple more fields to sow here next month. Talked about that. And then if we're desperate, we could always sell this hay. Then hopefully we'll get some wool out of those sheep at some point. It's probably going to be a little bit. We've only got, I think, 8 mature sheep. It might take a little while for those to produce. And then we've got our chickens that have been going for a while. I'm not sure how long that'll take or how much we'll get. We may need to get a fork attachment for our front loader tractor attachment so we can lift up pallets. I don't know. We may have to take them one pallet at a time unless I can buy a flatbed truck or trailer, flatbed trailer, I guess. Whoops, don't want that. Down. Pop our lights back on. How much of this we can get in one shot. Okay, that might be it. Let's just take a look. See if there's anything we missed here. Let's zip around. I think we got this pretty much well covered. That's been taken care of. This side is all taken care of. I think we're good. That we don't own. Pardon my zigzagging. There's some here. Yeah, a bunch here. In fact, we missed some grass there too. Let's back it up. Try and pick up some of this hay at least. That grass, I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Okay, that is that little section done. See what else we got down this way. Got a little bit, tiny little bit over here. That might be it. That might be it. That all looks good. I don't want to run over it if I can help it, because that will likely just spread it again. Nice, clean windrow. How about out front here? Think we got it covered. I may have missed something. Not the end of the world if I did. I think we've got it. We're going to have a good supply of hay. Let's take the windrower here back to the shop. I hate to do it. I wish we weren't leasing. But again, we're trying to get as much done as we can with the limited cash that we've got left on hand. We've got a decent sized farm. We've got plenty of fields. We've got plenty of equipment. And we've got our first, kind of batch of animals. So that's all very good. Return this device. Oop, turn off my crazy lights. Getting more use out of the Landini here. Our first tractor. Serving us pretty well. As I admire it and blow right past my turn. Yeah, hopefully we can be back soon to purchase this instead of just lease. But it has served its purpose. Let's go sell it here. Or return it, I should say. Return. Yep. Okay. I don't think we're going to be buying anything. So one thing I want to do before I forget is pay off as much of our debt as we can, because we're about to sleep. And I think that's when we end up paying the interest down here, the loan interest. So we haven't been charged anything yet. Let's repay as much as we can. That's about it. I can only do it in $5,000 increments. So we still owe $410,000. We'll see what the interest charge is on that. Meanwhile, it's back to the farm. It is, what time is it now? 9:40, not too bad yet. We'll head back. And I think what we'll do, we'll take a look at the configuration settings for our days. And then we will go to the farmhouse and sleep. And then next episode, we will gather up this hay and pop it in the hayloft. Just use the forage wagon for that. It's pretty easy. The other thing I was thinking of doing is bees. I think that's supposed to increase the yield on your crops a little bit and also produce some honey that we can sell. And I believe there's no upkeep. Now, it probably doesn't produce a lot. Ooh, there's a spot we could have windrowed right along here. Not the end of the world. I knew we'd probably miss a few little spaces here and there. All right, we got some cleanup to do here too. I'm kind of thinking this area, if I can get the ground flat, would be a good place for equipment, an equipment shed. Somewhere around here, one or two, right in this area out in front of us here. I just probably have to take another stab at leveling this land, which was not terribly fun. All right, let's get into configuration. The yard is a bit of a mess. All right. Let's see. Real time. Let's change this. Oh, we've got the option for nice. I thought it was just 1 time and 5 time. Let's go 3 time. Let's go days per month. Let's bring that down to like 3 maybe. I don't know that we've got 3 days left of work. Let's make it 2 days per month for now. Snow is on, crop destruction's off. We saw these kind of at the beginning of the series. Periodic plowing is on. We turned off field stones. We do have that one field left that's got some stones on it. We're going to try and pull those off and then return that stone gatherer. Lime is on, weeds are on. I think that's all we need to worry about here. Right now, we do have the AI workers buying things. We may turn that off. Usually I have this off. But we'll leave these on for now. A little more convenient. Does cost extra money. Okay, autosave interval. I changed that to 15 minutes. Think we're good here. So maybe I'll save the game. And, oh boy, we kind of have a mess. I think, I'm just wondering if we should clean up the mess before we go turn in for the night. I guess I could park this tractor. That's not much. We should go fetch the wagons we've got out by the sheep barn. But we are going to need the forage wagon in the morning. I guess I'll park this over here since that's how I started going. All right, let's turn in for the night. We could take a quick look at our chickens. Let's do that. Don't imagine much is happening. Productivity on the sheep is starting to climb. They've got the food they need, and that's it. Low maintenance, fairly low maintenance. Chickens, they've got all the grain they need. Productivity is up to 50%. No eggs as of yet. Health is at 50%. 6 months. 0 months. We've got 18 at 6 months, so hopefully these guys will produce the eggs. And 18, 6, and 4, 28. That's what we had. And a whole bunch of sheep. I'm sure they haven't reproduced yet. All right, let's turn in and see what happens. F1. Sleep. What time do you want to wake up? The farm, man. Not 8 in the morning. What are you talking about? How about 5? Dreams of selling crops and paying off our debt. All right, our loan interest was $1,151. Not horrible. $1,800 for our leasing costs. We don't have any leases now. We've turned everything in. Let's see, just double check that. Yeah, nothing leased. Did we get any new items for sale? Doesn't look like it, right? This is the same selection we had before. I was kind of hoping this would change every day. We'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, there's nothing here we can really afford. Maybe one item was added. I can't remember. Yeah, let's wrap this one here. Next episode, we will collect up the hay, get that into our hayloft, and then start thinking about clearing out some brush and clearing out some trees. We're going to have to lease some fairly expensive equipment, I think, to clear the brush. And then it's going to be a lot of trips to deliver logs over to the sawmill. I'm guessing the pickup truck is our best option for that. We'll decide. We'll take another look next episode and decide what's best. But we'll clear out some stuff. And then if there's time, probably won't be, but then we need to think about planting new trees. And it would be, where are those? These guys, actual tree saplings. So these are like our, I believe these are pines or fir trees. On silage, all kinds of stuff. Cool. All right, for Analysis Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please do consider giving it a thumbs up. That helps my tiny channel grow. I definitely appreciate that. And I will see you all in the very next episode.